Hello everybody, it is Anna and welcome back to my booktube channel. Oop, my head's getting chopped off a little bit. There we go, much better. Anyways, as I was saying, welcome back to my booktube channel. I thought that I would go ahead and instead of doing a top 5 Wednesday this week, just give you a little list of some books that I'm hoping to read in the month of April. Since starting a new job this month, my life has been increasingly busy and chaotic, and I'm also trying to plan a wedding and do like all these other things that you just have to do when you're adult, like find doctors and make plans for things and figure out like where the hell your career is even going. So I just wanted to make something that would be like a quick sit down video, easy to film, easy to edit, and just give you all a little idea of some books that I want to read this month. So first thing I want to do this month is I want to finish up the Protector of the Small series by Tamara Pierce. I have just under 100 pages to go in Squire, which is the third book in the series, and then I will be finishing up with Lady Night, which is by far the longest, comes in at just over 400 pages, and I've really enjoyed my reread of this series, so hoping to get that finished up as well. Next is a book that I recently started this morning, and that is The Book of Separation by Tova Mirvis. I heard about this book first on the All the Books podcast, which I will link down below. It's produced by the wonderful people over at Book Riot, which is an amazing website. Go check it out if you haven't heard of them before. But they do a podcast every week celebrating and talking about the week's new book releases. This is about an Orthodox Jewish woman who decides when she is in her early 40s that she is going to leave the ultra-Orthodox community in which she was raised and has lived her entire life and search for her own meaning outside of that strict interpretation of the Jewish faith. And yeah, basically like have the chance to reinvent her life. This is a type of book that I'm really interested in, like the non-religious spiritual memoir, I suppose, or like a story of people that kind of struggle with faith. I often find the writing of these types of books very compelling, so I am liking it so far and looking forward to reading more of it. Next up is another book that I started earlier this week, and that is A Medieval Family, The Pastons of 15th Century England by Frances and Joseph Guise. They are a writing duo that has written a number of books about the medieval era. They're written in a very creative nonfiction style, so this is written almost as if it was a creative nonfiction story of this family, the Pastons, as it has been recreated through their letters. And it's really kind of fascinating how these letters were preserved and came down to us. So if I like this book a lot and I have interesting thoughts on it, maybe I'll make a review of this, because reviewing more nonfiction on BookTube is something that I think would be really good for us. So far so good. Okay, next is another one that I started recently, and that is The Merry Spinster, Tales of Everyday Horror by Mallory Ortberg. Mallory Ortberg has recently announced his transition to male, so he's now using the he/him pronouns and the name Daniel, but the book is published under the name Mallory still, since this was before his transition was announced. The first story in this book, actually, which I've been reading, is kind of a Little Mermaid retelling, but not really. It's very dark, it's very creepy, and the writing has kind of a playfully strange quality to it. So let's see how this ends up. I really have high hopes for this book. Then we have one that I've had on the list for some time, and I believe is in the running for, let's see, the Women's Prize, which used to be the Bailey's Prize, which used to be the Orange Prize, but is now the Women's Prize, and regardless is a prize for women's writing. And that book is The Ministry of Utmost Happiness by Arundhati Roy. You may know, because this book has been over BookTube a lot, that this is a woman who, after writing her book, The God of Small Things, took something like a 20-year hiatus from writing to become like an activist and a scholar, and basically go have this whole other life, and this is her return to fiction after that long hiatus, and it is the story of a transgender woman in India, and that is all I know about it because I literally just read the first 5 pages and had to put it down because work and life and stuff gets in the way. Next up is this beautiful book, which I have finally been able to get my hands on, and The Beginning of the World in the Middle of the Night by Jen Campbell. Jen is a booktuber, an author, a poet, really fine, wonderful person. I will link her channel down below so that you can go and watch her. She does have a couple videos of herself reading the beginning of the first story in this book, and that was really what made me want to read this, and also because I've been watching Jen almost as long as I've been on BookTube, which is about 4 years now. So thank you, Jen, for writing this so that we can read more of your amazing stuff. Not least was my most recently acquired book, which is the Lumberjanes bonus tracks. As you know, this is my favorite graphic novel / comic book series of all time. And these are all of the single-shot comics finally anthologized into one volume for the first time. I had intended to read this over the weekend, but life and stuff got in the way. So those are all of the books that I definitely want to get to in the month of April. Comment down below if you've read any of these, if you enjoyed them, if you did not enjoy them. I always like to have bookish conversations either way. Thank you all so much for watching. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and subscribe to my channel so that you are sure to get updates anytime I post. Again, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!